Hey guys, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 cast here by Glitch. Today I'm going to be bringing to you a best of 3 from MLG Orlando. This is part of the upper bracket finals, and spawning here in the lower right position as the red Protoss playing for Team Evil Geniuses, we have EGHuK. Spawning here in the top left position as the blue Terran playing from Team Prime, we have MarineKing. Both of these players, absolutely fantastic players. Both of them train very heavily in Korea. MarineKing Prime actually being from Korea, and EGHuK just spending a metric butt ton of his time there in Korea training with all the Korean players. As you can see, both these players are pretty familiar with each other from the chat. They are going to be having a little bit of friendly banter going back and forth, as is very common with EGHuK. EGHuK loves to have all this friendly banter in the early game, especially with the Korean players, just because he knows almost all of them because he played a lot in the GSL and he trains at the OGS house, and so there's a lot of friendly banter between all of these players here. Now, EGHuK actually, it took me a little while to get that. He's got a little dude dancing in chat. He actually typed that ridiculously fast. I'm trying to figure out if I could do that fast. I definitely could not. Anyway, how both these players got here. Both these players came out of pool play. Both players did really good. MarineKing ended up taking some wins off of TLO. I think he took a couple of wins off of Boxer, Hey Pro. I think he beat Idra. So MarineKing definitely got through some amazing players to get to this point. Tyler also taking some wins off of some very good players as well. I believe in his pool he was up against July, he was up against MC, he was up against Tyler. Took a lot of wins off of a lot of players there in his pool as well. So both these players obviously going to be absolutely spectacular players. And MarineKing Prime, I think, was actually a little bit of a celebrity there at MLG Orlando. He had quite a few followers before MLG Orlando, but I think he made quite a few fans there. If you watched live at all, MarineKing was like, he was hot there. Everybody was like super cheering for him. Everyone really wanted him to go far. So we're gonna have to see here if he can take a couple of wins off of EGHuK in this best of 3. Now, EGHuK has decided to go for a fast Nexus. That fast Nexus did go down, followed by the Cybernetics core, interestingly enough. So he expanded only on one gate. This is, of course, Antiga Shipyards, and on this map, you can only spawn cross positions in this, at least in the MLG version. I don't know about in the latter version of this map, but in the MLG version, I know you can only spawn cross positions here. And there we go, MarineKing now taking his expansion as well. And this is, I think that's blind. Yeah, that's a blind expansion that he's taking. He has no idea that EGHuK has this expansion coming up yet, but he is taking that expansion of his own. He so far only has one gate, so he went for, or one barracks rather, so he went for a 1 Rax expand, while EGHuK just went for a 1 gate expand here, and now it looks like EGHuK is going to be taking a second gas there, and holy cow, he's saving up a lot of energy on that Nexus. Needs to be spending some of that. That is actually very not EGHuK-like at all. Needs to be spending that energy right away, and there we go. It is going to be spent there on that warp gate research. Now, how much of it is he going to be spending? A player like EGHuK, I know that he knows. There we go. He's actually going to be spending it on his Nexi, getting a lot of probes out there. Yeah, a player like EGHuK isn't just going to forget about his Chrono Boost. He's not the kind of player that's going to forget. He is, of course, a world-class Protoss player. Super amazingly Gosu awesome good. So he is just going to be spending that Chrono Boost now on the Nexus, which is kind of interesting there, which kind of makes me wonder why he didn't spend it early. I assume that is because he wanted to save up some Chrono Boost in case there was any early aggression from his opponent. He did see a large Marine count there at the front, but he hasn't actually seen any of the tech or the expansion, so he wanted to play it just a little bit safe. And there we go. Looks like MarineKing is actually going to be scouting this position first. Maybe he doesn't know that you can only spawn cross positions on this version of the map. Now, he does have 4 barracks currently up. He's just now throwing down his 2 gas geysers. He's been mining strictly off of minerals up until now, and his expansion is just now getting up, so he's going to start mining. Let's check out that harvester count right now. 33 to 24. Holy cow. EGHuK is actually up quite a bit from chrono boosting out those workers, but whoa, what do we have going on here? Holy cow, 5 gateways going down right now here for EGHuK. Looks like we could have a bit of a timing attack here coming out of EGHuK. Whoa, well, actually, we have more gateways than that coming up. So far, we have 6 gateways up so far here for HUK, so are we going to have a bit of a 6-gate timing attack here? Looks like that Cybernetics core is getting up, and there we go, one more gateway is going down, so it is going to be a 7-gate timing, and as you can see, he's saving up energy once again on his Nexus. He's once again not spending it, he's placing that forward pylon, and right now MarineKing's just got a lot of Marines, not really a whole lot of add-ons going down, so he's not going to have any upgrades on these Marines yet. Factory now going down as well, so it looks like he's going to be spending a bit of time teching here, but here we go, all the gateways are now being morphed into warp gates. Here we go, and there, oh my goodness, so many units being warped in here at this forward position, and in the meantime he's just going to be chrono boosting these warp gates, and he's going to be very, very strong here. Notice he's not taking any gas, he's now cut probes, he's not producing any more workers excuse me, at all. He's not producing any workers, and he's just strictly getting himself saturated at that natural expansion, and now he's devoting himself fully into producing lots and lots of units, and he's going to hit very, very strongly here, very, very fast. He's going to suddenly have a huge swell of units, and as you can see, he's got another forward pylon, and he's going to be warping in. He's moving forward with all these units, Guardian Shields going down, Force Field splitting all these units up, as MarineKing is now have a few units that aren't firing there in the back, but MarineKing doing an amazingly good job of holding this off, but man, those Zealots are just cutting through those Marines like butter. That is ridiculous. Now we have Stalkers coming through. He's now broken the front line, so he wants to strictly switch over to dealing more damage, and Stalkers can be microed against Marines, so he's now using strictly Marines. SCV's now being pulled off the line here for MarineKing to be able to hold this off. Will he be able to hold this off? This is so many units coming in here for HUK. HUK is currently ahead 60 food to 40 in the food count. He's doing absolutely amazingly here, but it looks like this expansion is going to be denied here from HUK, and now the command center is trying to get focused down. It doesn't look like he's quite going to be able to pick it off if MarineKing can get a SCV over here to begin to repair it. It is now burning down, and there we go. SCV's now going to be repairing that orbital command, but now all the buildings down here on the low ground are going to be picked off here by HUK, and he's continuing to warp in more and more units in the main. Is there anything going on? No, he is committing to this attack fully right now. No other tech coming up. Ghost Academy now up here for MarineKing. The Ghost is there. The EMP goes down. So many Zealots lose a lot of shields. Beautifully placed EMP there by MarineKing, and now it looks like MarineKing might actually be able to hold off this attack here from HUK, and HUK now being forced to pull back. He does not have enough to be able to take out all of these units. That EMP was absolutely critical. Beautiful play there from MarineKing, but HUK continuing this pressure, although he is now throwing down a Twilight Council, realizing that this attack might not be able to finish off MarineKing here with this push. Oh, that orbital command, so much damage going down, needs to be repaired right away. 100 health, 40 health, and oh no, the orbital command goes down there for MarineKing. He did not pull off SCVs in time. Oh, that's going to be a critical loss there for MarineKing, because now HUK is going to be on 2 bases, taking his 3rd and 4th gas geysers, going to be teching up a little bit and just pulling back to his natural expansion, and he's going to be so far ahead in the harvester count right now. 45 harvesters to 31. HUK is in an absolutely fantastic position. MarineKing having to throw down another expansion. This is so not the good position you want to be in here as MarineKing Prime here. HUK is a macro beast. If you give him a slight edge in any game at all, HUK will take that advantage and he will run with it. There is no way HUK is going to get behind in food count. There's no way he would let his opponent ever get ahead of him in food count. Being in such a good position like this, his macro skills are just so strong, and as you can see, the Twilight Council now researching that blink research because he knows he's in a strong position, wants to be able to now just harass while he gets up his 3rd expansion, going to use those blink stalkers to be able to go in, poke, and try to deal lots of damage, be able to blink up onto the high ground, do all that kind of fancy pushing while he sits back in macros. And look at this spread here from HUK, trying to spread out all of his units, does not want to get those EMPs on lots and lots of units, but MarineKing here looking like he needs to do some damage here, moving across the field here, poking in with 1 Marine. Smart play there from MarineKing, but now he's going to be moving in. These units do have that combat shield. Stim is not quite up yet. Stim is being researched. Concussive shell also being researched there. Force field going down here for HUK, but it looks like MarineKing sees a large force here from HUK and not a good EMP that he can get off here. If he could, he'd want to get up ahead with that 1 ghost and get off a good EMP. All the forces of HUK are now all starting to get up there, and the blink finishes, and HuK blinks forward, starts to pick off all the units, and now MarineKing is forced to fight, gonna have to fight. He cannot escape if these stalkers have blink. He does not yet have stim. He was really waiting for that stim to finish before he would have wanted to engage there, but now HuK is blinking forward, taking out the medevac, taking out the Marines and the Marauders. Zealot's doing so much damage, and there is the GG from MarineKing. That means that HuK has taken game 1, and we're going to be taking this into game 2 to see if MarineKing can take his revenge on HuK, so stick with me, guys. Game 2 in just a moment.